All right, so it's been a while since I jumped on here, but I just missed my arm. But we've been doing lives in our group, but I wanted to jump on this morning because I had this realization, and I think it's actually kind of funny. So over the weekend, had a little snafu. I think it's just because I'm older than I realize and think I can still do the things that I did when I was 20. But regardless, what's funny about this is that, I go to the gym this morning and I'm like, oh crap, what am I going to do? My hand is sprained or whatever is wrong with it. And I'm not going to be able to do my normal thing, which certainly is not cardio because I hate cardio, right? So I won't be able to lift the little weights or whatever that I do. So I start thinking about this and I'm like, oh, well, I'm really not wearing the right running shoes. And I'm not, my headphones, they don't have that much of a charge. So they're probably going to run out in the middle of this whole cardio session. And then I got to thinking of it. I'm like, the whole reason I'm saying this to myself is because I hate doing it, right? I am making excuses because clearly I can still run with tennis shoes on, right? I can still run if my headphones go out, but it's not something that I want to do. Clearly, I'm not going to die from it. But whenever we're faced with a change or a big undertaking, it's kind of tempting to spend time on the things, the tools, the materials, the shoes, the tips, the tricks, the drill, But the reality is you can start training, you can start doing things and still not have the perfect pair of socks. I think in life, in business, in whatever, we tell ourselves that, once we have everything just perfect, we can finally get started. But really, that's all a distraction. It's procrastination. It's, fear paralyzing us with an obsession over minutia. And it's the same in business. I was on the phone with this lady this morning, and she is literally working 80 hours a week between a full-time job and a part-time job that she has in the afternoon. And she's wanting to start her own business, and she's concerned about things that don't matter, and she's making excuses for herself, which, I pretty tell people all the time, what's the worst that could happen? Right now you're slaving your life away at this job that makes you cringe every time you go into it. You're dying to start your own business, dying to do something for yourself to where you don't have to work 100 hours a week. So let's put this into perspective. Let's say that you do take advantage of a business opportunity or you do start your own business. Really, what's the worst that could happen? What's the worst case scenario? That you don't get a client as quickly as you think you do, that sales don't get up as quickly as you think they will? Well, then you do something else, right? You're already working 80 hours a week, so you have the income coming in. And quite honestly, we take chances all the time in life, right? I would venture to say that 99.9% of us have gone out there and have taken chances and have gone through some tough times because of that. But those tough times are a result of the many different things that are our own fault. Things we never saw coming, personal life, professional life, anything can happen from time to time, and sometimes bad things do. But if you frame things in a specific context as far as what's the worst thing that could happen, it makes it look not so bad, right? Kind of like me with running. What's the worst thing that could happen? Shin splints? Like, it'll be fine. If you go into a business and you don't take action, whose fault is that? It's yours. It's yours. You have to take chances. This line of thinking, if you look at it like worst case scenario, again, the worst that could happen. Whenever I say that, I think about that line from The Hangover where it's like, but did you die? No, of course not. When I left my full-time job to start my business, I knew that there were things that I was going to have to pinch. It wouldn't be easy. That money would be maybe a little bit tight, but I looked at the situation and realized that I really had no excuses not to give it a shot. And I still think about that today when I'm talking to other people about taking chances. What's the worst that could happen? And I think it's human tendency to kind of freak out in life when change occurs, especially when it doesn't go exactly as planned. But, you know, it reminds me of an old saying where I think it was like Michael Jordan or something that said, you know, you're one of those people. Some people want it to happen. Some people wish it would happen, and others make it happen. And then, you know, there's some people standing around wondering what the hell just happened. But the thing is, if you stay where you are and you do nothing, you're going to freeze to death, right? You're not going to go anywhere. Nothing's going to change. You have to try, you have to fail, you have to learn, you have to do it over in order to grow. You know, you literally have one life, and you can continue working 80 hours a week. You can, you know, if it's a health conscious thing, if it's a getting in better health, you can make the excuses about why you don't need to do it or what's standing in your way, or you can just freaking do it and make progress. And, you know, one of the best pieces of advice that I've ever received is that when you stop making excuses and start taking action, that's when things are going to change. And the only person that can make you do that is yourself. So that's my rant for the day. And yeah, I did something this morning. So whatever. All right. Talk to y'all later.